15 years ago, you're in the real estate world?
15 years ago, we're in the real estate world. We're developing high-end recreational property in ski country, in the recreation area. And then in 1987, when we had the free fall in the stock market that day,
Yep.
I remember standing on the foundation of a new dream home that I was building.
Foundation is important.
Okay?
Right.
Standing there with my partner, looking at him saying, what do we do now? And make a long story short, it took us about 3 or 4 years to truly realize that we weren't going to do much in the forms of the continued development the way we were. And I was fortunate enough, because it was an economic change, not just a bad call that we made, I was able to do a lot of real estate appraisals, real estate management for the banks who had taken back all of the property.
Sounds familiar.
And I never, ever thought that I would see what I saw and experienced then. I didn't think I would ever see it again in my life, and I certainly did not think that I would see it in the state of Florida or in many states in the United States that were not so dramatically impacted by one segment of the United States market, like we were in New Hampshire. But what we're seeing now is deja vu, more so than I care to remember. But that was all about the first half of my life. And in the first half of my life, I focused on becoming successful according to the ways of what the world defines as successful, by having bank account, toys, work real hard, play even harder. Mm-hmm. And then when I saw in those first 30 some odd years of my life, I achieved what the world considered to be success, but I also saw that it could go away.
Like it's happening
like
right now
that.
As we're speaking today. It's happening in Wall Street
and when
right
I
now.
saw that it could go away, John, I had come from a background of a very strong work ethic. My parents were children of immigrants, and they instilled a work ethic that was just work hard, get a good education, work hard, and you'll get what you need. Well, that's what I thought it was all about. But when I found after God wanted it to all go away, approximately by 1990, it wasn't about that. I kind of went in the locker room and reassessed the game plan.
That's right.
And I went through what's referred to in today's community called halftime, a halftime experience. There's a great book out there by that name that talks about this type of topic, about reassessing and going from success to significance. And I made that transition in my life. My wife and I and our 2 kids moved to South Florida here. And all of a sudden I found myself looking and reassessing everything through a different set of filters. I found that it wasn't that I was even passionate about doing something for myself, for my family. I felt an unbelievably strong calling to make a difference in society. Not at all where I came from, John. I don't understand, and I didn't understand until I had a real heart-to-heart meeting with God, and God said, hey, I did not put you there for the purpose of yourself. I put you there with my purpose in life, and I have a project for you. I need you to come alongside me. And I did. I surrendered myself to Him, and I found that He took me over this past years on a journey that I never, ever thought I would be on.
And I believe we're just warming up now, as with the places of hope and